Here's the problem. If you look at the trade deficit, he based his policy on the trade deficit in goods. We have a huge trade surplus in services. And in fact, if you look at the way we're doing this, and you have to go country by country, you could end up making the real trade deficit worse. That's number one. But number two, we're also putting tariffs on countries where we have a free trade agreement, and there are no tariffs or modest tariffs. So
Yeah.
so you're talking about sending a message to many countries of, we're going to strong arm you, but in the long run, you have a concerted effort to try and move away from us. And that's where we could get really hit back in the services trade. So, the way this was done was very brute force and not going country by country. And that's why I say the institutions that you want to turn with you, you know, you have not prepared them to turn with you. You have not encouraged them to turn with you. In some cases, you're out publicly in the media attacking them.
To summarize, what you're saying is it's an echo of what Massey was saying. This brute force, by taking this brute force approach, instead of going country by country or bill by bill, you end up with basically a continuity with Biden.
It's the same, right? It's the same story. It's, you're doing neurosurgery with chainsaws. That does not work. It does not
Right.
work. The other surgeons are not going to support you. They don't,
Right.
they want to see neurosurgery with scalpels, not with chainsaws. So,
Okay.
and here, I get back, this is a little thing, but it's important. If you want the people to follow you, who have to follow you, and they're watching the blatant grift that's gone on with the crypto and some of these other things, you're just not going to command the respect you need to get these kinds of big changes done.
Yeah. Or you watched Howard Lutnick for 5 seconds and realized there was grift. Yeah. He's a grifter.
I mean, the message is plunder. And that's why I say I don't understand. There are two basic theories. One is these guys are just, Lutnick and Basen, and they're just too new to government to know how to do this right. That's one possibility. But the other is the goal is plunder. And we have a video we're going to show later, and I'll bring this up again. I mean, if you look at the people who are telling Trump what to do, because Trump clearly is not in charge, they want to plunder.
So a lot of people have posited Bitcoin is like, well, it's a digital alternative. It's like digital gold. It's like, that doesn't look like digital gold.
Right. But I'm going to say something because, I love gold, but you need to understand when you go into a deglobalization, and I have no idea how bad it could get, but we're in a world where supply chains hiccup, and that means that you may have all the gold in the world, but that doesn't mean you can find fresh food locally where you are, or, be protected. So, you better have some base metal protection too. So, this is not just about money. It's about supply chains and availability. And there's all sorts of stuff that you can't make sure is going to be available. So money, all the gold in the world is not going to solve some of the problems that are ahead.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, some people's money might, and I include myself in that, I would probably be better advised to invest in a generator than I would in a silver bar.
Right. And you would be well served to invest in knowing a lot of neighbors that you could trust.
Yeah. That right. Keep it. Catherine Austin Fitz advice, keep it real right now.
Right. Keep it real. This is all about, the liquidity is leaving the unreal, and the real is about to get a lot more obvious and a lot more important. Keep it real.